Alright guys, welcome back to the Fusion Slugs Internal Cup number 2. In the group stages, we're looking at the third match of the night for Tier 1 with Qwerty versus heGEmOni.
I'm very excited to see this. I know I've said this before, but I'm very excited. Spawning up in the top right, we have heGEmOni as the purple Zerg. And down in our bottom left, spawning as our blue Terran, we have Qwerty. Now Qwerty, with already having 2 wins tonight, would have to be feeling pretty confident. And I would imagine that our little Zergy buddy here is not feeling too great after losing his entire army to an Archon toilet.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of variety in this group with 1 Terran, 1 Zerg and 1 Protoss. We're getting all of the matchups, which is excellent to see.
Indeed. It's always good to see a good spread of matchups. Gets a little boring seeing the same matchup over and over again, and this ladder's definitely looking pretty good, as matchups go anyway.
And we're on ESV Kaidaria. It's a 4-player map, so the Zerg player seeing an Overlord straight down to the south, and one off to the northeast. Northwest, sorry.
Making its
along with a drone scout.
The drone scout looks like it is going to go up to the top base first. I think it is generally fairly safe to say that the Terran will not be there after you've scouted the top of the ramp, but it's always better to be safe than sorry.
And Qwerty going command center first in this matchup.
Very risky. Generally when a Zerg sees that, he just goes, okay, I'll kill you with some quick banelings then. So, wonder what we'll be seeing an answer to this from our Zerg buddy here.
Qwerty also taking one of his gases. This could suggest some sort of Hellion Banshee play, as is the metagame.
Indeed. Got a full wall off now from the Terran.
And another SCV coming down to shoo that little drone away before it kills the SCV that's making the expansion.
Good choice.
About
there.
2 expansions finishing up at pretty much the same time.
It's never good to be on equal base with a Terran as a Zerg. So we've got a 3rd base now going down from our Zerg friend here.
And double orbital nice and quickly from the Terran, good to see.
Seeing lots of mules from him. Surprise, surprise.
They are a very good unit.
Very strong unit, very balanced too. Got a factory already going down from our Terran buddy here.
Yes, as I called, we're going to be seeing some reacted Hellions.
Sure.
I know that Qwerty loves his Hellions.
He does love his Hellions.
Ready to some Lings, all those light units that they do bonus damage against.
Got a macro hatch now going down for the Zerg, who currently has no gas geysers.
Did he cancel his 3rd?
He did cancel his 3rd. Interesting.
So he's decided to resort to some sort of 2-base play against the Hellion based build that he's scouted.
This could... He has
which he hasn't actually scouted.
He has no idea what's going on.
He's just assuming.
It is a fairly safe assumption to make though. Most Terran do like to go some sort of Hellion play against Zerg in the metagame these days. So I'd be expecting some spine crawlers to come down, or at least some sort of anything, really. Seeing a whole lot of nothing from the Zerg right now.
And I think Qwerty's going to be relying on these Hellions that are popping out to do his scouting for him as he starts his war lockdown at his natural with supply depots. Those Hellions are going to scout the top left and top right bases, as they have not been. He actually doesn't know where the Zerg is yet, he only knows that he's not at the bottom right.
Which is some good information to have.
It's good to know where your opponent is on the map, as you can attack them then.
Yeah.
And yes, we have a second factory with a reactor and 2 barracks with tech labs pumping out marauders at the moment, so some Hellion marauder play, as I've seen Qwerty use on the ladder on stream, to varying degrees of success against Zergs.
This can definitely go both ways. If you get a very good surround with some Zerglings, or even with Zerglings on these Hellions and marauders, they're going to go down like ice to a fire.
That's it. We currently don't see any stim or concussive shell.
All those Zerglings will go down. There's a very nice animation for burning there. Blizzard can take their hat off to that. See, double Evo chamber and a spine crawler going down now for the Zerg, with all 4 of his gas geysers being taken. The Zerg is just pumping out these queens, which is going to be very good for the defense against these Hellions.
Terran's Hellion Marauder rolling out at the moment. We got stim and concussive just started 10 seconds ago, so he will be waiting until those finish in approximately a minute for the concussive and almost 3 minutes for the stim. So we might see a concussive push and then some reinforcements and then a push with the stim finished.
That is a long time to be waiting for that attack though. Zerg could easily bring out something.
It's an extremely long time.
Zerg's 1-1 started.
Especially as we're seeing 20 lings coming.
That is a lot of lings. Terran just saying balls to it and going straight in for it. That is a lot of Hellions. Would need to be seeing some ace control from the Zerg units here.
The spine crawler falling immediately, and the Evo chamber buffering some damage, but those lings are being buffered onto the marauders, and the Hellions are just dishing out all the damage that they can. Some beautiful micro from Qwerty, and heGEmoni's supply is falling to a freight rate if not. This will be a very quick game 1, unless we see something very miraculous from the Zerg. Reinforcements streaming across the map from Qwerty, Hellion and Marauder alike, as Ling and Drone fight tooth and nail to try and claw their way back into this game, but I just don't see it happening.
Even if he was to pull all of his workers, he is dead. GG coming down.
And there's the GG from the Zerg.
Game 1 goes to Qwerty. Okay, spawning down in the bottom right, we have our Terran player Qwerty. And up in our top left, we have our red player heGEmOni. Spawning as the Zerg, of course. Now, we have a weird direction for the Overlord straight off the bat. Not quite sure why he's trying to scout that expansion up there. Could perhaps be expecting
maybe
some
he's
sort of
completely
proxy.
unfamiliar with the map.
That is true. Although that is actually a pretty good line to scout any sort of proxy. So I'm taking back everything I said.
Definitely. No early SCVs though, so he's not looking to proxy racks or anything just yet.
Just yet.
But anything goes when you're a Terran.
That is very true. We have an SCV dancing on the ramp. Chucking down the barracks as expected. Now I'm just going to go out and say it. I reckon the Zerg will take this game. I have some high hopes. I'm going to be putting all of my imaginary money on this Zerg player.
Do you think he'll go for some sort of aggressive build?
I believe he'll probably be doing a 2-based Baneling play, although we have not seen a spawning
Some sort of
pool,
roach
and we have a
bane?
hatch first. I'm hoping for some sort of roach or banelings, because Hellions not so great against banelings, because they don't get that extra damage, and those banelings get some really good splash damage off on them, and take down walls at the same time. So, I'm really hoping to see some baneling play, and roach is just a really good unit. Try as you might, they won't
They
die.
sure are. That nice regen level on them.
Indeed. Qwerty scouting that expansion and the late spawning pool.
The SCV is going to die though, trying to mineral walk his way out of there, but their drones are just too strong.
Drones are a strong unit. We have a expansion coming down from Qwerty though. Can be a risky play, especially in this matchup. Although still no gas coming down from the Zerg, so that's basically ruling out the majority of fast aggressive plays. What will he be dishing out for us? I like the spread of Marines down there just outside the natural from Qwerty. We have a factory going down and a reactor. We could be seeing some similar play from Qwerty again. The Hellion Marauder push.
Could also be something like Hellion with Cloak Banshees to do some sort of two-pronged harass on the drone lines.
That would be something interesting to see.
And a double barracks going down. Along with an engineering bay. Yes, I think he might be looking at a little bit more of a macro build, producing 4 to 6, maybe even 8 Hellions for some map control and a bit of scouting. And then pushing into some bio play with Marine Marauder with some nice upgrades and some medivacs for healing and drop purposes.
I concur.
Getting that tech lab onto one of the racks for the Marauder coming out.
Our Zerg, however, has once again no idea about this sort of Terran build that's going on.
Yeah, he does have both of the watchtowers, but that's not helping him see into the base.
We do have an overlord on
and
the
see these 2 tech labs and 1 reactor going up. It's evident that Qwerty likes to play Marauder heavy when he's playing versus Zerg, which is a little unusual, but it's nice to see. It helps you against Roach and Bane, which are very, very common in this matchup.
Indeed, it does counter quite a few things. However, if there are quick Mutalisks on the field, which unfortunately I don't believe there will be, it would be a very damaging thing to his build.
True that. Got 4 Hellions clearing out the watchtowers, and they are parking themselves out the front, doing a little short movement every second. I'm just going to try and contain these queens.
They'll have none of that though.
Queen's now doing a lot of DPS and have quite a long range for their melee attack, thanks to the patch about 6 months ago.
Queens are now a strong unit. I would, however, like to see them become
And
more of the Queen from Alien, though.
indeed, that would be quite cinematic in these matches. We do have a Baneling Nest and a Roach Warren going down.
But the push is coming out once again from Qwerty. The question is, will these Banelings and Roaches be ready for an attack?
We've got Hellion Marine Marauder, and Stim is finishing up nicely in approximately 30 seconds.
The Zergling's been caught out on the middle of the map trying to chase some Hellions down. Lost quite a large
plus
chunk of
one
it.
attack. Plus one attack is also completed, whereas the Zerg upgrades are only 1/3 done, so he's got a lot of advantages here. He's got the potential to do a lot. Let's see how he uses it. Stim is now done, and he is stimming up, take out a Spine Crawler. The Evo is down as well with the upgrades.
It's not looking good
And the
here.
drones are just mincemeat.
We have Roaches coming down the main ramp, but they are just melting. This is not what you want to be seeing in the Zerg's position. He might be able to clear this army up, but we have more reinforcements coming in now from Qwerty.
Supply deficit is now at 20, and the aggression will cease for now, as Qwerty feels that he doesn't want to push this too far, doesn't want to lose the game by getting overzealous.
We have a Marine and a Marauder mis-rallied. They will be taken down quite handily.
And we've got 27 workers killed so far in this game, most of which would have fallen in that push just then, which is basically all of the saturation from the natural expansion of the Zerg.
The natural has lost
heGEmOni.
all workers but 2.
A few being transferred over now as the main is mostly saturated. A little undersaturated, but it's important that he gets the drones back onto this natural and mining. Qwerty's units falling back to back towards his base now as he gets his gases at his natural and drops 4 mules at once to get that income boost.
It's always important to drop those mules as Terran, because your economy can be very slow, even with mules.
And here we have some medivacs hitting the field now, and a tank, so we're looking to transition to a standard bio tank build. Double upgrades are going to be coming out soon when the armory is coming. Sorry, as the armory is coming, and a lot of typing into chat.
Typing and getting ran into. Those Roaches.
Typing and getting no
That
response.
Queen! What is Amber doing there? She has gone down. Oh my god.
And all of her boyfriends will fall with her.
All 12 of them. That is very disappointing. The whole family going
heGEmOni
down.
just... He's only got wings in response. His army is basically nothing at the moment. Some +1 Carapace
With a
Lings
strong
will not
surround.
stand up to bio with medivacs. Indeed, a strong surround. The tank will fall and the drones are being pulled to help clean up this push, and a little bit late on the pickup from Qwerty. Reinforcements running straight into more Lings. And a third base coming up for Qwerty in a nice forward position. He's confident that he can hold this.
It is a
And
very
he should be
easy
confident.
base to
He's
be
doubled the
taken down
supply.
by. Zerg is
Let's see
needing
how
a third
effective the Ling
base.
counterattack is.
Scan going down. Terran is now well aware that Zerg does not have that third base. And as far as the Zerg knows,
And the Lings just absolutely melt.
that is not looking good for the Zerg. He is floating a lot of gas. I'd be pulling some workers out of there to be trying to force a third.
Yes, he's also ceased upgrades as well. He's stuck on +1 Carapace, and one of his Evos went down in the first push that was researching +1 attack
Did deny him
for
at least.
ranged to deny the research. Oh, it might have been melee, I can't remember now.
I believe it was the melee
But he
research that was
ceased
denied.
upgrades.
We do have Infestatech dropping down now. Oh! Just
And
drops
he's
the
GG'd
GG
out.
after seeing that army. Qwerty then taking the series 2-0.
Yes, another clean sweep. The second of the night.
And me losing all of my imaginary money.
All of your esport dollars.
Yeah, all of the money I've been making.